you, Mr. Toastmaster. It's a pleasure to evaluate John's speech entitled Lawndale. This speech was Project 5 in the Competent Communicator Manual called Your Body Speaks. The purpose of this speech is to use stance, movement, gestures, facial expressions, and eye contact to express your message and achieve your speech's purpose, as well as to make your body language smooth and natural. John, you picked a difficult topic to do this with. You expressed that before the meeting started, so I was a little bit concerned when you told me what the topic was, but I'd like to say that you did deliver really well based on the topic. I loved your beginning. It was really, really great. I loved the movement at the beginning with the softball versus the fastball. Excuse my fastball, I don't play sports. That was really, really great. It was a really interesting way that kind of drew everybody into your speech. I also really loved that you started with a question, who does the future belong to? And Carrie, thank you for being brave enough to volunteer when we had no idea what exactly we were getting into with the speech. There were some things that could use a little bit of improvement in your speech. Some of the movements that I saw were a little bit forced. I know you were trying to add in movements to make this speech work for Your Body Speaks, and that's understandable, and that worked well with some of them. But I'd go back and I would watch the video and look at them, because some of them, you can tell, just seem really, really forced, like you were trying to get as many movements as you can into that speech. When you really didn't need to. You could have cut some of those out and it still would have been effective. At the beginning, you were doing a little thing, it was a half bounce, half pace. You were kind of bouncing up and down, moving back, bouncing, moving forward, and bouncing a little bit more. And that kind of eased up after you got a little bit more comfortable, but at the very beginning you were over on this side doing that while you were talking. And then there was one time where there was a little bit of a lack of consistency with your movements. It was the slide where you had the 6 issues that were faced, and you said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, put your hand out for 5, and then didn't do anything for 6. So it was just the one number that you stuck with. Some more good things, you had great eye contact throughout the entire speech. I noticed that you were looking on both sides of the room. It looked like you were singling out individual people, saying something to them, and then moving on and saying it to somebody else. So that was really great. And I also loved your facial expressions. There was, I don't remember what you said, but at one point you had this look on your face like of complete, almost like disgust and disdain, and it was hilarious. The facial expressions just really worked well with the humor. So John, go ahead and celebrate, because this was a difficult choice of topic for this speech, but I believe you nailed it. Thank you.